So we have the winners, we have the losers, and we have everybody else. All right, let's get into the winners. Now, for sure, the big winner, in my opinion, is the Seattle Storm. The reason why is, and if you all are like, wait, Seattle didn't trade for anybody, how could they be a winner? Well, they're still a winner. And let me sort of explain my reasoning as to why I have this Seattle Storm team as a winner for the trade deadline. The reason why is because, to me, they were able to pick up the best person on the market, right? So when it came down to it, the player that was exactly the person that they needed, they got Gabby Williams. They signed her yesterday on August the 20th to a rest of the season contract. Now, guys, the thing to know about Gabby Williams is that, one, she's very, very similar. She's very familiar with what this Seattle Storm team does. And the reason why is because she's played with the Seattle Storm for quite a while. And she knows the system. She knows how everything works. And so it makes a lot of sense for her to join this team. One, she's a really good defender. Two, which is sort of the ethos of the Seattle Storm team. The Seattle Storm team is a team that really is all about defense. You know, they're about, if you look at the Seattle Storm, they actually are sort of at the top part of the WNBA when it comes to scoring off of turnovers, when it comes to just sort of defense leading to offense. They're a really good team for that. And I think having a player like a Gabby Williams join your squad, who also is a very defensive-minded player who can kind of play anything, right? Gabby Williams can defend a point guard. She can defend a center. She can kind of do anything. She really can. She can play 1 through 5 and make herself known on the both offensive and defensive end. And so I think this is going to be a huge pickup. Noelle Quinn said that she was thrilled to have Gabby back, and Gabby's a player that sort of gives them the versatile nature that they're sort of looking for. This is a team that, you know, we saw them struggle against Indiana Fever the other day. We saw this team struggle, and I think that was just another sort of thing in Seattle's mind of like, yeah, we need somebody. Like the way that this team is constructed, the way this team is currently constructed, we're not going to be able to win a WNBA championship, which is their goal. Their goal is to win, is to win, right? Making the decision to say, you know what, Gabby Williams, we like her, she likes us. We will agree to her terms, meaning that they had to agree to not core her. Gabby Williams said that she wanted to come back to the WNBA. However, she did not want to be cored. That was her thing. She was like, hey, don't core me. And I'm looking at teams, you know, but I don't want to get cored, because when you get cored, then that sort of hurts her opportunities for possibly getting suspended next season, right? So that means once the season is over, Gabby Williams becomes a unrestricted free agent once again, which for her is really good because she can do a similar thing to what she did this year, where she was an unrestricted free agent. She does not have to worry about getting suspended for the entire season because she arrives late to the WNBA, right? She can wait. Sorry, William, I may have said cord. I meant core, C-O-R-E, core. She did not want to get cored. And basically what that means is then Gabby Williams would wind up being like a restricted free agent of some sort, where she winds up being possibly suspended next year because, again, she's probably going to play overseas. She's going to arrive late. She doesn't want, you know, to get suspended, which are the league rules, right? But if she is an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season, going into next season, she can then do a similar thing where she joins the team later on and just joins as a regular signee, right? So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for her to not want to get cored, and which I get it. I absolutely get it, guys. A thing to note is that you know, Gabby Williams, again, she's very familiar with this team, very, very familiar with the Seattle Storm. She's been on the team for a decent amount. She is 27 years old, so she's still very much in her prime playing career, and has been playing really, really well. All right. So yeah, that's the thing to note. She's back with the Seattle Storm, and because Gabby Williams is back, in my opinion, the Seattle Storm are back to being contenders. So when we came into the season, I thought that the Seattle Storm was constructed as a really good roster, right? You had sort of the new the new wave of players that joined the team, and NECA and Skylar, and they brought a lot of leadership. They brought a lot of talent, right? You already had Jewel Lloyd, Ezzy Magmagor, Sammy Wickham, and others already on the Seattle Storm team. And as the season has progressed, I've been thinking, I was like, you know what? This team, while this team on paper has a lot of good pieces, they're just missing something to really contend. They're missing something to really contend and to really make some noise in the WNBA playoffs as we head into the finals and whatnot, right? They had to make some sort of change to have a chance in the playoffs to make it to the finals, and I think that's what they did. The decision to bring in a player like a Gabby Williams, to me, is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer for the squad. The reason why is because now Noelle Quinn, her lineups can be a lot more tighter, right? When we look at the roster of this Seattle Storm team, they're a good squad, right? But they do have players who don't play that much. And making the decision to bring in a player like a Gabby Williams, that now allows you, for the most part, to kind of have a pretty tight lineup of players who are just really, really good at what they do, right? I think the players, for the most part, who are going to play, well, one, you have Gabby Williams, who can possibly start for this team. I think she probably will, sort of in the weeks to come. Right now, for the starting lineup for the Seattle Storm, we have Ezzy Magmagor, we have Nneka Ogwumike, we have Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and we have Jordan Horston. That's the starting lineup for the squad. And the sixth woman that you have is Sammy Wickham. Now, making the decision to bring in Gabby Williams, now you have basically a 7-man rotation that is exceptionally good, right? And this allows for seasoned players on the floor at all times, basically. Yes, you have a player like a Joyner Holmes. Yes, you have a player like a like a Victoria Vivians and whatnot, but like, they're not going to play that much, right? And as we go further towards the playoffs, their time in the game is probably going to continue to dwindle down, right? You have Mercedes Russell, who can come in and give a little bit of minutes here and there, but for the most part, Gabby Williams coming into this team allows for a very tight 7-man rotation with a possible 8th man in Mercedes Russell. And to me, I think this is genius. And this really does allow this team to be contenders, because if Jordan Horse is having a bad night, if Skylar Diggins Smith is having a bad night, that's fine. You got Gabby Williams, who can come in and make some noise, right? I think it's a smart decision, in my opinion. And this has brought this team back into being contenders. Now, I am very much curious to hear what you all have to say about the Seattle Storm. Do you all think they are back in the contender talk, especially with their decision to sign a player like a Gabby Williams, who is both a offensive and defensive juggernaut? Let me know in the comments. I am very much curious to hear what you all have to say about this. Now, guys, the Seattle Storm was not the only team that decided to make some moves when it came to yesterday.